This is the screencast for example 5 of section 5.3. We're going to talk about the tangent of a difference or a sum. Now your book gives a couple of expressions for the tangent of a sum. Tangent, of course, is sine over cosine, so you can just take the tangent of a sum and make that the sine of the sum over the cosine of the sum. You can expand the sine of the sum or difference in the numerator then and the cosine of a sum or difference in the denominator, which then also equals this expression. Now if you don't remember how to get from here to here, we actually did this proof in example 5 of section 5.2, so you might want to review that. Now example 5, we're going to prove a tangent reduction formula. So we have the tangent of an angle with a difference of one of our quadrantals, 3 pi over 2. So I'm going to work with the left side first because that is a tangent of a difference and I have the ability to work with those now. So I have the sine of theta minus 3 pi over 2. I'm just going to change this to sines and cosines to start out with, over the cosine of theta minus 3 pi over 2. I could have gone right to the expansion, but I just wanted to show my work so it's very clear to my grader. Sine of theta, I'm going to expand the sine of a difference now, so I have the sine of theta times the cosine of 3 pi over 2 minus the cosine of theta times the sine of 3 pi over 2. So the sine of my difference in the numerator was expanded. Now I'm going to expand the cosine of the difference in the denominator. Cosine of theta times cosine of 3 pi over 2 minus, sine of theta times, that would be plus sine of theta times sine of 3 pi over 2. I know, again from the unit circle, 3 pi over 2 is 0, so in the numerator, sine of theta times 0 minus cosine of theta times sine of 3 pi over 2 is negative 1, all over cosine of theta, the cosine of 3 pi over 2 we just said was 0, minus the sine of theta, sine of 3 pi over 2, just said that again, was negative 1. So now I have no first term here, so I just have a now positive, because it's the negative times the negative 1, so cosine of theta over, again this is a plus sign, sorry. So this negative 1 times the positive sine of theta would be a negative sine of theta, which this would be negative cotangent of theta, which was exactly what I am looking for. In the now try problem number 39, I'm going to start with the difference of now a cotangent. Now as you can imagine, cotangent is the reciprocal of tangent, but it's also cosine over sine. So I'm actually going to first expand this out to cosine of pi over 2 minus u over sine of pi over 2 minus u. And then I'm going to expand out the difference of a cosine, or cosine of a difference formula. So the cosine of pi over 2 times the cosine of u plus the sine of pi over 2 times the sine of u, all over, now I'm going to expand out the sine of a difference, sine of pi over 2 cosine of u minus cosine of pi over 2 sine of u. Okay, so now the cosine of pi over 2 is 0 times the cosine of u plus the sine of pi over 2 is 1 times the sine of u, all over the sine of pi over 2, 1 times the cosine of u minus cosine of pi over 2, 0 times the sine of u. So in the numerator I have the sine of u, denominator I have cosine of u, so that will be the tangent of u.